Hey guys, Zen here, and today we're rounding up all the latest news and recent announcements for Rainbow Six Siege. Now, since all the details for Year 5 have come out, it's just been non-stop updates, and I even saw a comment that said with everything coming out, it's actually overwhelming, and yeah, I can relate. But guys, I'm ready, so let's get it started. Firstly, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor for this episode, Filmora 9. I know there's a lot of you guys out there who want to start making videos for yourself, and Filmora 9 is a great editing software to get you started. Once you download the app on your computer, you can simply import your media, trim your clips, and add lots of high quality effects over top for a professional look, just like you're seeing here. So guys, click the top links in the description and download Filmora 9 for free and enjoy the unlimited trial version. If you need even more content, there's a full catalog of royalty-free effects over on Filmstocks, which is fully integrated and simple to get started, and just the amount of effects, images, and videos available makes production really easy. Guys, now is a great time to start making content online, and so head to the description to learn more about Filmora 9, and thanks to them for sponsoring today's video. So to begin, we're going to jump in with a bit of a surprise update for Year 5, and that's the rework to the Recruit. Now, if you're inclined to choose Recruit on attack, you'll have the option of the L85, Dokubi's MK14, and the M249 LMG that both Capitao and Gridlock have. For secondaries, the Recruit has the P12, but brand new are the Super Shorty and the C75 Auto Pistol. You can literally replicate Dokubi's loadout because he also has the choice between a frag grenade and a smoke grenade, but because he's the Recruit, you can also bring another secondary gadget with options of a breach charge, flash grenades, and a claymore. Now, what's actually a huge change for this rookie operator is that his weapons now have attachments. Most of the guns have the holographic sight equipped, a vertical grip, and so on, so it makes the Recruit more comfortable to play. And honestly, I kind of tremble saying this, but with these upgrades, Recruit is somewhat of a viable pick. Now, yes, he doesn't have a traditional gadget, but you could argue that his gadget is the ability to bring another secondary gadget, and the options available are actually very powerful. Now, really, no matter what loadout you choose, the weapons are good, and there's an option for many different playstyles to choose from. On defense, he has access to the MP5K and the M870 shotgun for primaries, and then for secondaries, he has the P9, but also a fully kitted out SMG-11, complete with a compensator and vertical grip. And so guys, the Recruit is now super lethal. Now, I've heard a lot of people ask, like, why was this necessary? Why essentially buff an operator that really isn't meant to be a part of your lineup when you're thinking tactically? And to be honest, I believe it's for the new player. If you're someone who buys one of the more bare bones editions of the game, you're not going to have many options as far as operators to choose from. A lot of new players also choose Recruit just simply because it relates to them most. They're all essentially Recruits, and so I think the thinking there is to give those guys plenty of options to choose from so they can get a fair assessment of what Rainbow Six Siege is all about. Also, equipping attachments on the weapons gives them an actual chance to be competitive because there aren't many times after playing for a while where your weapons will have nothing attached to them, so I think it was a worthy change. Moving on, the devs have detailed a pretty big change to explosions in Rainbow Six Siege, and it directly affects every player of this game, so let's dive in. So here we're looking at when an explosion goes off, what it affects in the blast radius around the event, and the objects or operators within the red space are what will be affected by the explosion in some way, whether that be damage or destruction. In Year 5 Season 1 though, with Operation Void Edge, the game will be introducing shrapnel to the explosions in the game. They go on to say, shrapnel will allow explosion damage to be more realistic, as damage that is applied to the player will be reduced based on the number of destructible objects the raycasts hit along the way. Explosions will also be more transparent, as shrapnel holes will provide much more visual feedback on the direction from which the explosion damage originated. Now, the results will be something more realistic and also make it clearer what's being affected by the blast. The way it's all being calculated is through raycasting, which essentially sends out these beams or lines from the center that tells the blast what will be affected, and everything from operators to environment could be in that range. It's actually a pretty big deal, and it's one of those things that when you notice it, you can't really unsee it, so to speak. Like, you'll know something is different, and because it'll have an effect each and every game, it should be something you're in the know about. Next up, we're talking about masks. You grow up fighting to be heard, fighting to survive, fighting for a chance. We all wear masks. The difference is, mine doesn't come off with the grease paint. So the Caveira Elite is now available in the game, and it removes the signature face mask of the operator. The skull paint job on Caveira has always been her standout feature that separates her from the rest, and in this overview of her Elite, we learn more about why she's represented with it. The last thing she says is, you never really forget where you come from, and if you return, you just end up putting on a different kind of mask. So yeah, with her Elite, she takes off the face paint and finds herself in something a little more modern. I really do like this one, and some of the meanings behind it, but of course, there is more. Clash has been deactivated again, guys. Like, this happened suddenly, but apparently there is yet another another exploit for this operator, and she is not available for play in the game. I think I'm going to release a video just giving you guys my full thoughts on Clash, and so let me know if you'd like that. But for now, yeah, it's incredible. Clash has been disabled something like 5 times here, and each time she's been out for as long as a full season, and I think she's at the point where she's been out of the game just as much as she's been in the game, possibly even more. I don't know, I personally wasn't aware of any issue with her, but of course the devs are making the right move by just flat out removing her to get a fix in place. I find it fascinating that Clash has so many of these problems, but Monty, the other full extended shield, just doesn't. The main difference between the two is the taser on Clash, but it seems like there's just so many more elements that make her more complicated to develop. Hopefully she makes it in time for Operation Void Edge, because this is gearing up to be one of the best seasons of all time, and it would honestly be disheartening if Clash was excluded. Finally guys, I wanted to quickly talk about the Pro League, because there's going to be an update to the entire system. Now, I'll be honest, as a fan of this game, I haven't always been up to date with the Pro League. It's pretty easy to know what teams are involved and who plays on those teams, but when and where they play, and also what exactly they're playing for, is where I kind of get tripped up personally. But Rainbow understands this dilemma and is basically streamlining the whole experience. The Spark Notes is that there will be a new point system for the pros, and winning games and majors will benefit you across the entire system instead of just individual events. No longer will winning a major automatically get you entry into the 6 Invitational. Even with just one win, you won't have enough points to be invited. This also means that a team that never wins a major could potentially end up at the 6 Invitational and take it all the way, which is how big moments happen and underdog teams get noticed. Beyond that, the majors have been condensed down to 3 for 2021, with qualifiers to follow, and of course ending in February at the 6th Invitational. Guys, it's basically ELO for the pros. The pros now have ranks, so to speak, and I think as a viewer, it makes it much more interesting to follow along and keep up with their standings with the point system. What this really does is streamline the Pro League and make it more accessible to a wider audience, but also a wider range of teams. Personally, I'm looking forward to this because I'm hoping it'll get me more invested in the Pro League and just make it easier to do so. But yeah, that's the video and everything I wanted to talk about. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you already miss Clash? And what's your favorite elite? Leave everything in a comment down below. Your support has been amazing recently, guys, so thank you for that. But if you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe with notifications if you're new. With that being said, it's been Zen. Thanks for watching. I'm out.